Asia, how all the, like, anyway, carry on.
Oh, straight into the action. No waiting around today. We are here to play indeed. And Spirit, well, a medic in need. This balance gets tagged from the spawn. He's down to 20 as Spirit group towards the tunnels with the bomb. Now, it's still a default. They've got players holding on to long and making sure there's no mid pushes from forZe. Sometimes it can be nice to start a series off slow on the T side. Make sure your opponents aren't feeling too confident, right? You don't want to try and go into your game plan and have it disrupted by an aggressive CT side pistol. So Spirit makes sure that is not the case. They clear every avenue and they set up for wherever the execute will be. forZe are stacked towards B. And so Spirit, if they end up in those lower tunnels, things could get dicey.
Yeah, cat control taken, but this isn't where this play is looking to end up for Team Spirit. They've got this one smoke over on the back of Chopper, and you'll see he's grouped up with the rest of the gang down here in mid. That's going to be used to help out with this mid to B play. Now, with only one smoke, you don't fully smoke off this mid cross. There is always that little gap that you can try peek through, but that's not to matter for Team Spirit. They get churned up on the mid offensive by FaceCrack and Jerry. SomDaeYoung will come in with a bit of a response, and a bit of a response in a very big way. 2 kills there has suddenly made this feel like a doable round for Team Spirit. FaceCrack still toeing the line, and he will get dropped. SomDaeYoung's Glock has done so much here in this pistol round, and now helped out by iDisbalance as well. Somehow, some way, Team Spirit have got this one down to the wire. Z Power now, this head-to-head of him versus iDisbalance. We get to see it here and now in the pistol, and iDisbalance just wasting down the clock. Z Power falls. And somehow, on the back of a 2-on-5, Team Spirit turned that round on its head and managed to win it out.
I was ready to credit forZe with how well they played the start of that round. They set up for the B play, they peel off of mid, they see Spirit setting up for a mid to B, and what they do, all 3 players inside of B fight the doors, fight the window. Jerry gets a kill, he jumps balcony, someone else goes through the doors and sits on that little bit of woodwork, and forZe get all 3 kills in middle without taking a casualty. I'm thinking, surely the round's done. Spirit have 2 B entries, and somehow, SomDaeYoung just kills everyone. Excellent work, excellent pistol from Spirit. Obviously heavily reliant on the individuals of just 2 men, but if you can rely on them, well, it will get you on the board, and forZe have had to force in the second. Spirit well armed with the AKs. Got this standard smoke in the doors to let you jump up towards Cat. You won't be seen, but you will if Z Power spots you. Looking on the other side with the scout, he's got a teammate set up with a deagle close, flip, ready to smoke. But FaceCrack will probably die before that smoke comes down. Actually, no, they're going to throw it in nice and early, not even wait for the contact. Just keep Spirit out as long as they can.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to ask yourself.
Oh, well, over here in middle, Team Spirit asking themselves where they want this play to end up. And, well, with forZe aggressing on the catwalk, maybe about to try and lean into a double peek here, there's a chance that they could disrupt the flow of things. But as this peek was about to come through, Team Spirit, you'll note, those little yellow circles have gone back over here to the long side and tried to take this position. iDisbalance gets set up in the pit, but Z Power is inside of the site, ready to go toe-to-toe with him. Will get dealt with immediately by Chopper, but the response is well and truly in, and ultimately it's Team Spirit winning out the majority of these fights. Are they ready for Flit, who had himself tucked in at Gandalf? I don't know if Magic saw him there. It almost looked like he did for a moment. And yeah, now their attention firmly fixated on that position. Does leave just Almeza left in a 1v3.
SomDaeYoung is feeling it today. He just tapped the player out of Gandalf, like double dink with the AK through the wall.
Gotta watch out for those taps, Hugo. Sometimes, man. Sometimes. Almeza, well, he's not going to win the round, but potentially could give himself a weapon. And it looks like the first prey he's going to have to stalk on is going to be Magic's. But he can't land the shot, and next thing you know, that's the end of the round. So, good stuff there. Now, I have just received an award-winning piece of artwork right here. One that will undoubtedly be hung in the Louvre at some point. Maybe not next to the Mona Lisa, but maybe perhaps in like an employee bathroom or something is more appropriate here. Now, this is a very wholesome message. This one comes straight from Harry Russell, okay?
Harry Russell, 22, England. He's a big fan of
Actually, I
Counter-Strike.
wrote down all the information at the bottom.
Oh, you did? Wow. Okay. Jerry, you are an inspiration, and I think I love you. Lead forwards to victory. Heart. Harry, age 13 from Brighton Beach.
No bias here at the Road to Rio, obviously.
Wow. Flit. Well, all on his lonesome. What's he going to do here, Harry? What could he possibly have hoped to have happened going forward?
Well, I mean, what he would hope would happen is that they just run through the door one at a time and let him kill them. But I don't think that's what's going to happen on the Team Spirit side, right? They've got no reason to go anywhere other than A. They've cleared it out entirely. And for Flit, all that's left to do is get dropped through the mid doors. Team Spirit going to go 3-0 up here. And now we have this investment looming for forZe. Very excited I am right now, as I've said that phrase very inverted. But regardless, iDisbalance and Z-Power both bringing out these AWPs into the first buy round. So we get to see this head-to-head immediately.
Yeah. What's a bit of a worry is right now, Spirit are looking very warmed up. Like individually, their players are crisp. Magix is hitting some shots. Some Young has shown us as well. And even iDisbalance, who has now pulled out this AWP. I mean, it certainly helps when Team Spirit are sitting at home drinking Coke without any pressure. But let's see if they can put the pressure on this B-bomb site. A fast play. Almeza at the back does get two, doubling it up and finding a third as well. He's stalling, but the Molotov will eventually spread. And Some Young takes his head. It's Spirit inside of the B-bomb site, but again, a disadvantage. Not that this has stopped this exact duo before from winning a 2-on-5 inside of this site, and they've got the utility and the weaponry to do it.
Yeah, how many flashes were popped over into that site before they came out? Good grief. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. Either way, looking to get this bomb down. Some Young iDisbalance. Molotov coming in there from the window by Flit. He's going to go ahead and smoke off the tunnels as well. Or at least he thought about it. I think the comp came through that he's got a teammate over there in the X-Power. But not for long. iDisbalance is going to remove him from this sort of math problem that forZe have gotten themselves in, and he continues to go on a tear. Some Young with the last kill of the round. Spirit are doing it to him right now on Dust 2.
One of the things I'm absolutely loving is when we saw Team Spirit the other day, I don't think we really got like the full kind of view of how good iDisbalance can be, right? Yeah. In that series, he had some kills, but it wasn't like one of these iDisbalance games where you really take note of him in the server. And already here on Dust 2, he is delivering alongside a man like Some Young, no less, right? Who I think is another very, very prominent talent within this team and has been for a long while now. So with iDisbalance looking really good to start this game, I think that's going to put even more pressure on a man like Z-Power on the other side of things to have to step up and be the player to nullify him, right? Because in that round there, it's another man advantage for forZe when that B-side take comes in, and it's another round where Team Spirit are able to close it out in their favor. The bulk of those kills coming off of the back of this AWP. And now Team Spirit setting themselves up over here towards long. iDisbalance going to be holding this long angle, and you know, this is nice and standard. We see this all the time on Dust 2. It's the El Clasico way of securing yourself some control. You get that AWP set up over towards Pit, and look what it forces forZe to do. They set up this triple cat CT kind of stance with a boost over the CT smoke. But yeah, they just smoke wall it, and at this point in time, you've got a bunch of players on the catwalk because that's what Team Spirit have left you with. Ooh. They know that the majority of these players are going to be coming from this position, and Mir just disassembles them, man. It's like Lego to him. It's easy. And just Almeza left, 1v5.
Yep, aligning those circles, I suppose. More so lining these crosshairs. And just Almazur left here. Bomb already on its way to exploding. Spirit and Mir, moreover, have put a considerable amount of pressure here on what was an attempt at an A-hole from forZe. Now, I liked looking at the background here of players, right? And I'm looking at X-Powers right now. Bogdan, first name, born in 1998. And he's been playing Counter-Strike since 2014. And according to X-Power, never really thought he was going to be a pro. Never even tried to be a pro. But his game was so good. His shots were so clean, crisp, that he just locked on to the idea of being a pro. And he's been one of the longest standing members of this forZe squad. He joined in 2018. So he's been around with this team since, pretty much the beginning stages.
And I mean, he wasn't afraid about getting a girlfriend first. He actually was going on in and saying how he wanted to win a major with ROPS and, wrong region.
Wrong. yeah. Anyways, shout out Bogdan.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really, really good, and it's nice to see him with the AWP once again, but he might not get a fight this time. I had this balance mollied. His teammate smoked it off. Sees his friend dying in the fire. And that fire is dire, so he will move away as Spirit hold on to the top of middle. Chopper holding on to tunnels as well. Heavy long setup with a lot of utility for forZe, making sure Spirit can't take this position, so they're going to have to go elsewhere. Leave Magics to watch this spot, unless let the rest of them work middle. forZe send the CT rotate in the form of Z-Power with this AWP, which does leave Catwalk open right now. Spirit not to know that, but they are going to move up into position. Z-Power trying to watch a cross, but the spam and the Molotov, everything, it keeps him distracted. He can't get the kill, and I think he saw the cross, but too little too late there. Spirit get up Catwalk for free, and no AWP fired off here for Z-Power.
Yeah, still not really like reacting to this presence up Catwalk, and I'm wondering if Z-Power knows quite how many were able to get by in this instance. Because this A bomb site can just get swept right now, and there's very little that these two players at Long are going to be able to do outside of just wait for the retake. That's a terrifying wall of Molotovs.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to
hide?
find myself on the receiving end of that anytime soon. Where do you even play when those come in?
It almost feels like forZe know that was going to happen, right? Because like they have no one there. Spirit get a bomb plant. We get a 5-on-5 retake and in a full rifle round as well. No util left for Spirit. forZe, they've got to at least consider this one.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to come down to how this first kill goes. I kind of love this from Chopper. He just ducks around the corner. That molly giving him 1 degree of freedom there, and a missed shot from Z-Power now. They try and secure cat control. In the meantime, though, Almazer and Flit have dealt with both players back in the bomb site. Sumdai, Young, and Mir have to try and get this one back under control. And while they do deal with the first man, Almazer is sticking this defuse. And so forZe are going to find their first on the board. Sumdai Young not able to retrieve that AWP, but it's really not the end of the world for Team Spirit.
Yeah.
They've got plenty of money. They're not worried yet. But there is always a chance that forZe can build back into this first half. That first round on the board is so often the hardest to get. And now that they've got that under their belt, if they start to chain some together, maybe get ahead in the economy game, then there's still time.
Spirit really wanted to get rid of that AWP on Cat, and they triple-faced it. They chased it down, but what they did do is leave the site very open, and forZe were able to retake from Long and CT. Spirit coming in late and getting smoked on the Catwalk. Didn't leave them in a position to fight that bomb. Sumdai Young has started off this round very fast. Up Catwalk, setting up to drop CT potentially here in this round, and he's going to go right for it. Spam through the smoke, somehow still standing, not for long. Jerry's got him from the B side of things, and Spirit wanted to split this site, but the flash is good, and the bomb has been dropped. 1 by 1, forZe crunching the middle area, and Jerry and Almazer combine for 3. Chopper may have B, but he has no bomb to put down in the site, and you know forZe are ready for this fight. You don't get an instant kill there, you're going to get instantly killed, and forZe will put 2 on the board, back-to-back rounds with 4 alive as well. I like the idea there for Spirit, right? What they're doing is they're faking out a really fast cat play with SDY throwing all the utility A and then dropping CT. If he drops CT and he kills a player on the CT spawn or even in the B ramp, which is where Jerry was, then Spirit can run right into that mid to B setup. So it's a nice fast approach again in this round, and once more it gets denied. Both players, in fact.
Yeah, Chopper the first one to fall. Meanwhile, he's not the only one to get chopped up here. Mirror's not too far behind him, but finally a kill comes in from the side of, well, it'd be the side of forZe. Nonetheless, Idis balance. Certainly been one of those hitters on this side of Spirit thus far. He's going to land himself a nice shot on the Flit. That gives us a 3v3. FaceCrack has pushed Long. He's not alone. Exapower is going to be with him with this AWP, and that's going to give a lot of information over here to the CT side. forZe now can begin to clamp down on where potentially Spirit could be in these upper B halls. Almost are going to be waiting in tow here towards the B site, and hits on. They're going to pass by, not check him. It's going to prove to be a fatal error. He gets 3, and that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. forZe pick up a 3rd to Spirit's 5.
Yeah, something I think is really interesting right now is whenever we've seen these mid to B plays, so not in this round here, but whenever we've seen the mid to B plays come in, the B defense seems to be very, very willing, and in a lot of rounds just instantly rotates to crunch into mid, and they do just give up the bomb site. Now, that's something that we saw hurt forZe earlier on, right? That's how they ended up losing the pistol in a 2-on-5. However, in that rifle round, the round before last, when they go ahead and do it, there's only one player in the tunnels for Team Spirit, and so they just clamp down on the round. For me, this feels like a bit of a read from forZe. You know, like they've played Team Spirit a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
This is Team Spirit's like go-to map pick is Dust 2. So they must have a very good idea of the fact that Team Spirit really like to focus in on this mid position. That's what it suggests to me, at least. Alternatively, maybe Jerry's just caught on to some new way to hold down this B site where you do just set up for the retake. And I think there's some merit in that as well, right? Because it is a very, very tricky site to retake. If you're able to win what could be like a 3-on-3 in middle, you might rather that and then head into the retake a man up or something, as opposed to the alternative.
That is the idea, and I think the pistol round is an anomaly. I don't think you're going to see Team Spirit or any teams really winning that 2-on-5 consistently. I think the reason it's a problem for forZe is you know, they don't have utility, but on a rifle round you do. And if you get those 3 kills in mid, say that pistol was with guns and grenades, if forZe get those 3 kills mid, they go back to the doors and they flash through the doors, they just win that round because they overwhelm in the numbers. But it was SDY, you know, he only has to fight a choke point with a Glock and a 1-on-1. If he just wins 2 or 3 of those 1-on-1s, well, the round's done. And that's exactly what happened. Pistol can be swing rounds, but with the guns, well, and the utility, there's a lot more available for you. And forZe are showing that in this round. They're picking up the pistols, they're making quick work of them. Sumdai Young on catwalk, not for long. And a Flick with 3 in that round. He's been quite the talent for forZe as of late. So 4 on the board and a buy back in for Spirit, looking to equal up the scoreline here.
Hugo, how old did you say Magix was the other day?
16.
16, right? I thought it was. I just didn't want to commit. Apparently, I'm 16 as well. My voice just cracked like there's no tomorrow. But, of course, I'm 17. So that's fine. However, he's looked really good in this matchup thus far, and he's been very impressive to keep an eye on, right? Especially when you do take into the like the age into account. I think showing a lot of promise here for this Team Spirit squad. Definitely a bit of a diamond in the rough that they've been able to find. Now this mid cross attempting to come in. Team Spirit, they throw down this smoke to allow the cross to Xbox, and Z Power didn't spot it. So 3 players now get up onto the catwalk. almeza trying to play the timing around this smoke as he holds the closed door position. And not only does he find Chopper on a man advantage, but that's the bomb drop down into the mid doors. Mir gets caught crossing, trying to get that bomb back under control. And Team Spirit, whatever they had planned in this round, it's now out the window because suddenly all their attention has to go back to getting this package that is currently under forZe control. That's a missed shot from Z Power, and Mir is quick to capitalize despite being on 8 points of health. This nade from almeza could end Mir's whole career down in mid right now. But he remains unfazed.
But again, look at this gamble. He's given up B in the process. It's not a problem. You know, you're just hoping the team doesn't contact player or throw that dribble smoke in. But he's gambling, and now he's gone back to it. He could push the tunnels and flank lower to see this cat play, but right now the time isn't in his favor. 20 seconds, making sure it's not a B play. Molotov on the catwalk will stall Spirit out. They're going to smoke it. They could have just waited another 5 seconds. It would have been gone, but they're going to go right through it, announcing their presence into this A site. Jerry, flash on the cross, and he's got a kill from it as well. Flick going to try and fight, and down to 5 seconds. There's no time for the plant. This round is done. It's about the kills, and also about surviving for almeza. He doesn't get close enough to be in the firing line, and that's what ultimately wins forZe the round. A delayed play for Spirit. You can see why they smoked the molly, but they can't get the kills to cross, and that will be a forZe round after all.
I think it would be a huge momentum shift if forZe are able to take Dust 2 off of Team Spirit, right? Like when we began this game and we saw Team Spirit going 5-0 up, I wouldn't say I started to get worried because this has always been a good map for Team Spirit, right? Like it always has been. And that's why I think that if we do see forZe able to make this one more competitive, that at least gives this series some legs, right? Some longevity in that sense.
That being said, it often is close when they play, right? Like 29, 30 rounds. We saw Trace said earlier, like 7 overtimes or 5 overtimes between these guys across like 16 maps or 16 games. So yeah, there's a bit of history here. And
I think just adding on top of that, just a little bit of a salt and pepper on top, if you will. The
seasoning.
is the fact that these players don't seem to be afraid to take peeks against one another, right? They know that they can stand toe with one another, and you continue to see that time and time again. Battles being taken, innovative stuff being tried. We saw some of that already on this side from forZe. But what Sumdai Young's not going to see is the rest of this round. He gets absolutely pulverized by almazir. And with this bomb down, it's going to continue to fall like a house of cards here for forZe.
Yeah, Magix is sort of trapped in a way, but it's to his best benefit. Flick coming in with the orb is gone, and Magix is smoked off. The player on long, he'll just shoot him through it. Oh, dear. almazir, great shot, but he's got a clutch. It might be a little bit too more to ask. Mir is in the corner, and he's not even considering it. Tap on the bomb, won't even come through. The smoke in his hand and a bullet in the face. It's Spirit back on this T side. They don't run out of time this time, and they show us what they can do. IDIS Balance even finding that opening kill.
Man, and Magix, this 16-year-old,
so
absolutely, yeah, he's looked really good. And one of the things I think that's so impressive as well is that a lot of the times, like with the younger players especially, you see them and I think like it's not so much not having patience, but it's more like getting antsy, right? And like starting to worry that maybe you're not like doing the right thing, or maybe you should like
doubting yourself.
Yeah, right. You because you just don't have that like that history, that experience to go off of. But he looks so patient in so many of these situations, like just so heads up and aware of his role and what's going on and what he's responsible for, where he's vulnerable to. That round there was a great example, right? He's just holding the long doors, not overextending because there's a man hidden down in pit. He cuts off the first rotation, smokes the door, knowing that the pit guy is going to try and team up with the second man that's coming in on the flank, isolates that fight into a 1v1.
Smoke shoots him.
And then, and then just gets it done through the smoke. Magix has been a real treat to watch, and I definitely think he's one to keep an eye on for the future.
One thing that Spirit have been doing is leaving him in a lot of solo positions, and I feel like that's actually working out really well for him. He seems to know exactly what he's doing. So let's watch Magix throughout the series, because again, you know, another young up-and-coming player, and for a dude who played his first official match in October of last year, he's not really got the tenure, but he's certainly got the the kills in the server. Holding his own for Spirit right now. It's looking like a B crunch with that mid split. And right now, forZe have actually set up towards A with 4. They have been convinced, and that's this default for Spirit working wonders. Smoker's cut off Flit above the box. He can't see a thing. Magix is out middle as well. They can pop Flit through this smoke, and he's going to go through dry. Does get that kill, and now it's down to the B hit. forZe again playing retake on this site. almazir is giving it up. A bit of a danger here, giving Spirit the room as they don't have utility. They even throw the bomb across, but no one has made it behind the doors. Oh, the damage is so good. They're going to run boost a man over to try and plant. Mir can get that down, and there isn't a Molotov for forZe to burn him out of position. So Spirit are in an okay spot, but they need to hit the shots. IDIS Balance whiffs his. Now they come in from the window, and they just pinch Spirit from all angles. forZe find the retake. They've got double orbs if they want it, and at very least, they have a 6th on the board. Yeah, it doesn't help there that, again, Harry, we see it. You were talking about it. forZe giving up the site and playing retake. They only have 1 flashbang, but because IDIS Balance misses his shot, he gets shot in the back. forZe just rush off the sound of the AWP missing, and they're able to get it done with numbers. That is what typically happens when you play that almost retake style towards a B bomb site, and forZe, who have the advantage, will win it once again. I mean, I'm really enjoying how they're approaching this B site. So the proof is in the pudding right now, and they're tucking into a nice half. Spirit fast out on long. C-Power almost gets caught by Sumdai Young, but the flash actually buys him time to get up on the site with the orb.
Yeah, Team Spirit going to try and set up 2 players down here in the pit, and this does give them some long control once again, and they're quick to move up with it. Now, this round, you don't have an AWP on the other side, right? You don't have an AWP for Team Spirit to try and go toe-to-toe with Z-Power on. Ooh. However, he is up at this A site alone. He's going to have a lot to try and answer for. He gets caught out on a bit of a limb there and does go down. Now rotation from FaceCrack denied on the back of that Molotov. The bomb's gone very deep into CT, but that smoke allows Team Spirit to retrieve it. Nade onto IDIS Balance, finds nothing more than a bit of chip damage. And for forZe, this might just have to be a save. Jerry's retrieved an AWP. The rest of the gang going to try and hold on. to these rifles alongside it. Team Spirit, they will put up a 7th round on the board, armed with only rifles in that one. No AWP for eye disbalance, and a pretty simple little long take there from the Team Spirit side.
Yeah, I like how back and forth this is, right? Like, it's not very clear. Obviously, it's been a lot of streaks around. So we had forZe go 5-0. We had, Spirit go 5-0. We had forZe go back 5-5. But, you know, since that point, back and forth. And both these teams neck and neck right now. Not a clear victor in sight. And that's what you want for a BO3 series that looks like it should and can go the full distance. You see how that bomb goes tumbling forward as well with Chopper coming around the corner. Mir has, at least found a couple of trades and they secure the bomb with the smoke, but that gets a little bit scary for a second. Luckily, forZe don't capitalize. And that AWP, like you said, dragged on by Jerry. They had double AWP in the last round. It will have to be just one in this one. Z-Power holding middle. eye disbalance takes a cross shot, tags Jerry. Z-Power doesn't re-peek or try and trade. He will just let him go across. And Spirit set up towards long, where they are late to. Molotov and smoke down. FaceCrack bought time, and he can cross it as well if he wants. He's going to sit inside of the smoke. The flash avoids him. Oh, it's perfect from FaceCrack. He finds two and puts Sundar Young down low as well. Big spray control as forZe hold a 4-on-3.
And what's the plan now for Team Spirit? Long hasn't worked. They've given it up, and Flit is trying to capitalize on this. He does manage to win out that fight onto Sundar Young and now gets the hell out of there. Doesn't want to chance it any further. A 4-on-2 is all forZe need. If they just trade these gunfights, they should be grabbing this round. However, right now, as it stands, no one's really in a position to trade with one another. And this does offer up a couple of 1v1 chances to Chopper, and you don't want to give him too many of them.
He's got to go back and get the bomb, though, and that's going to put him closer to these mid players. He spots above, and Z-Power hits a shot. That's an impressive reaction time from Z-Power. Chopper saw him above the mid doors. Went for the pre-fire. Did not connect. 7-7. And the last round of the half here in the first map. It's Spirit's pick, and they've certainly put up a fight in this T side. FaceCrack. I love this position as well. He's just about dodges a flashbang. He looks left. It pops to his right. And, Z-Power spotting that cross as well. He knew the repeat was coming. This game has certainly been exciting. And it's not done just yet. Double AWP. Not allowed. None for Spirit in this final round of the half. And Z-Power's taken his on the cap boost. He spotted a player in suicide. They don't want any of that, so they're going to run right away. Spot onto eye disbalance and lower. That was info Spirit had, but they can't beat him to the punch. No AWP on eye disbalance. He's removed very fast. Flit. Oh, he didn't quite see that player in the corner, but his teammate will, and he can do the job. Spray isn't as great on the second time around. He will get traded, and Z-Power pushed off by the flashbang. Spirit might just be looking for another one of those mid to Bs with such a disadvantage, but that is actually where forZe are centered. Heavy mid to B pressure. Z-Power here, two more inside of the site. The tag is hit, the Molotov going down on either side for forZe. They are just crunching onto Spirit. And I love how aggressive they're playing. FaceCrack is not fearing these guys. And by the second, they just get tagged and tagged and tagged with this AWP. Z-Power's hit his second shot of the round, and Sundar Young gets found up on Catwalk. Bomb dropped, two low players. It's looking like a forZe 8-round half.
Yeah, 35 seconds. How on earth do you get back into this if you're Team Spirit? Chopper looking for these kills in middle, and they will wide swing him together. A double peek leads to his demise, and now Magic's 1v4. We've said that this man has been looking very, very good for Team Spirit, but surely this is asking too much of him. 15 seconds left on the clock. He's trying to take the fights, and oh my goodness, Magic's is trying to work some magic now. 10 seconds. CT Smoke is in. He barrels through, but Jerry holds the line. Oh, it's close, but no cigar. forZe 8-7 at the end of that first half there, narrowly leading the way, but this series sure is heating up. Stick around. We'll be back with the second half of Dust 2 after a quick break, so don't you go anywhere.
Our two hearts that beat in time. In the towers looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, all night, sleep through the sunrise. Stay up all night, and I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside.
A back and forth affair nets us an 8-7 first half. It's going to be forZe that are just ahead by one, and things have been a little dicey in the server on the back of 5 rounds put together, and then a trade and a flurry of rounds towards the end of the half. Welcome back to the ESL 1 Road to Rio, everybody. It is time to get this second half of play underway here on Dust 2. We look at Train as a second map, the choice of forZe, and then Nuke if we need it. And so far, so good.
Yeah, Spirit's still just about holding those GG bet odds. We'll see if those change over time. Well, this map would certainly decide that. forZe looking for a pistol round. They've got those smokes down on the long cross, but USP's at a range, and they're going to be finding fights. FaceCrack's found a face to crack, and Magic's, he is going to need some rabbits out of the hat on this one. Not going to happen. Peter are called. They put him down. forZe up to a 4-on-3 on the site. The long flank is good, though, and Chopper's come up from spawn. FaceCrack taking fights in a close position, and Jerry is left very, very low indeed. He's found a kill, but he's all that stands, and not for much longer either. Chopper and Mir get it done, and there's going to be a retake 1 by Team Spirit.
Yeah, P250 recovered by Mir, albeit not a massive victory, but a victory is that pistol round for Spirit. Now, they need to get this conversion and begin to take steps towards picking up this entire half, and then following that up with winning the map overall. That would be the ideal.
Yeah, first to 16 rounds, Trace. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, that is true.
We gave it a go on some MR12 last night. We played the new ESCA MR12 game mode. You play 12 rounds a half, first to 13 wins. Overtime is a single sudden death round, which I actually kind of enjoyed, even though we lost it. But yeah, I thought that game mode was pretty fun. It was a nice change. What did you make of it, Trace?
You know, Hugo, we ended up playing some people we played before.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names. Don't want to give them any credit whatsoever. No. But overall, it is cool. I kind of like it. It kind of makes for a more robust half, a more, you know, a quicker half, obviously, with lesser rounds, but it's kind of nice.
No, I definitely think, right, that like, well, hang on, we'll revisit this in a second, because the B play is about to come through, and that there is the more important thing right now, because forZe, they have gotten A couple of kills left and right. However, Mir is still alive at the back of the site, just being a nuisance. They do finally deal with him, but iDisbalance not wasting any time, even taking a bit of time out of his day to shoot the corpses. And he will cement the round with a triple. But as I was going to say, the cool thing about MR12 is that especially with kind of the meta that we have in Counter-Strike right now and how prevalent rifle rounds are in the current iteration of the game, it feels like that, you know, losing 3 rounds a half doesn't really have that much impact. I still felt like I got to play plenty of rifle rounds, right? The comebacks felt more...
It's close anyway,
like
right?
Achievable. Yeah, it's like a very, very close game. And I feel like, you know, we see so many comebacks on the back of the economy changes now anyway that if you took a couple of rounds off, would it be the end of the world?
I didn't play enough games to get a true feeling of it.
I do think that's true. We only played a couple.
What I did find is we played that game, we started T-side nuke, we got like 4 rounds, which didn't feel like a lot, but we still brought it back to overtime, and the comeback felt very realistic the entire time. So that's what I liked. I don't think it will replace what we've got going on, but, you know, a nice side dish.
I mean,
anytime soon.
It's happened before, right? Like, there was the switch from MR12 to MR15, and then that became the standard.
Yeah, I mean, we've had round times change, we've had bomb timers change. You know, anything is possible here, but
it's up to the powers that be, guys.
Yeah, you know, I'm not here to enact change. I'm just here to play test it.
But we also get a lot of questions about, you know, why are we seeing agent models inside of the ESL Road to Rio? Well, what we are seeing is a ton of Deagle shots by almaZer. He's got his best MIB skin on right now.
Yeah, agent skins allowed as of Valve rules. They are Valve releases, so things make sense there. Obviously, some teams have opted to not play with them and maybe take gentlemen's agreements, but, well, most games we see it, and, you know, that's fine. On most maps, it doesn't make a huge difference, but there are certain spots, of course, that are favorable to an agent skin. Now, in this round, almaZer's made a very heads-up call to grab that bomb on Cat and drop Spawn. He's crossed as well, more importantly. He's even going to take the fight into Spawn. That's a risky one. Wallbang can come through. He's on 1 from 5 to 1. Tag down, flash out. He's got a chance to cross away from the bomb if he does so, please, but does he want to take the risk against Chopper? That time almost half tick now. Chopper getting close. Now almaZer, he's lost sight of him. He doesn't know where this man is coming from, just assuming the tunnels is not going to be a problem, and he's right. It's a window walk. Chopper sneaking on through. Has to make a drop noise, and almaZer's going to know he's in the site. Stalling out on the box, but Chopper's got above. I don't know if there's time. Even with the kit, it's going to be close.
Oh, don't think he's got it.
Hey.
Barely. Good grief. By the hair on Chopper's chinny chin chin do they grab that round. Got a little close there. almaZer did everything that he could to hold on to that round. A couple quick, slick Deagle kills from Long, and you think, okay, there's a chance. Bomb plant, though, that will help a little bit.
Yeah, these shots were unbelievable. The second one as well, just instant counter strafe, instant kill, and the defuse in for Spirit, denied round. It's a good eco, though. forZe, of course, now going to be profiting off of that. Bomb plant and 4 kills. They can reset the economy of their opponents right here, but Mir doesn't want to make it easy. He's already found the advantage. With a double AWP in this round for Spirit, they're looking to get back on the board. Flit removing Chopper, jumping in Catwalk. Not a huge fan. Not really sure what was going on. Trying to take a bit of a gamble, and, well, he's going to lose all his money. forZe now in a 4-on-4, a viable round.
Ooh, that's a little bit gross from Z Power.
We've seen it from him before. He's definitely got it.
But an immediate response from an AWP on the other side of things. It's Mir with a double of his own, although he's got to get more than just 2 in this round if he wants to hold on to this B bomb site. And Mir getting pressured is shut out of the round. iDisbalance catches Jerry on the cross. Who wants to try it next? They do manage to get over. almaZer is left to try and hold on to this mid flank, and he's about to have 2 players come his way. Now, I wonder if we're going to have Flit, you know, spam maybe a couple of shots off to try and draw this attention in. Doesn't even need to. And now, Flit can position in the window and just play off of the contact of almaZer. This should be an unlosable round for forZe. It's very much in their core. iDisbalance, you know, it physically feels impossible.
Yeah,
right? Just because of this crossfire, he is just holding on to the AWP. And he knows the moment he peaks, he would get double swung.
He dropped that smoke to, like, feign him running back behind it towards Long, right? So he wants him to chase him in spawn so he can get a quick kill. But they're not going to. They respect it, and they know how quick this AWP is. I mean, he even killed the one kill iDisbalance found in that round was on a crossing player through the B doors from CT ramp. So Yeah, stay away from him. Let him keep his gun and don't mess with the beast that is unbalanced. Still going to be around for forZe though. Just cut and pasting them down on the T side. But that is their first of many to come.
Yeah, these ops back out. They've been pretty influential or impactful for both sides even. Let's see what happened here. FaceCrack's going to go completely for it, gets blind, and somehow still gets the kill out on top of it. Got a feel for Magic's in that situation. What exactly is he to do? That's going to leave Chopper back up. He does have a P250, and that's just about all. Flexing to his side will be some Young with MP9.
Well, the bomb's going first, so forZe more than committed here as they run the gauntlet up long. Almaze is going to drop it and watch a flank instead as FaceCrack does cross successfully. These pistols are too far away. Spirit might even opt to just straight up save this AWP as no fights are getting given to them favorably. forZe already taking significant post-plant map control. And that's before the bomb's even gone down. FaceCrack's up on Catwalk. He won't let them get up this position. The Spirit, they have no interest in it anyway. They've already run towards that B-bomb site and mirroring the spawn. forZe, after a certain amount of time, once they've realized they've won this round, they might send out players to hunt, but obviously a bit of a risk. They know Spirit don't have AKs, and so, you know, home delivering some AKs, maybe not the answer for forZe. And you can argue either one. You can argue the hunt, you can argue the save. forZe certainly playing things safe in this example. They're going to be finding 10 rounds. Again, back to back, neck and neck. No team running away really in this game.
Yeah, it's just a testament to them having that confidence in playing one another. You know, they both know that they can win. And it's very much how these games work. Team goes up to 16, they win the map. Another team goes up to 16 on the next map. They would go to a third. And what happens after that, Harry?
After we've gone all three and then a team maybe wins, well, then we would have another series coming up, Trace.
Yeah, you're right. And that's going to be Fnatic taking on Vitality, the second match of the day. Thank you for reminding me,
That's going to be a spicy one. But right here, right now, we've got a real spice session on our hands. Don't really know if that's one of my better ones. Definitely not.
No.
That's actually just a collection of words.
That's all your
forZe.
better ones are, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It is mostly what sentences are.
Yeah, consisting.
And well, FaceCrack over here towards the short side has the rest of his team in tow. This is a pretty important round for forZe. You don't want to allow these saved weapons to do too much damage.
Uh-oh.
There's a long flank coming on in, and there's a real danger that Mir gets caught off guard by this. He will get pressured from mid, and Flit never even gets the information that players had wrapped through long, so this short flank is going to be coming in very, very quickly here for Team Spirit. Disbalance dropping one, and oh dear, it's all on to Jerry. He's got a lot to do here, and he can't deliver. He does take down a couple of players before they deal with him, but it's not enough, and with that partial investment around the saved AWP, Team Spirit are able to find the round on the back of it.
Yeah, you put it perfectly, right? It's just down to Flit. He doesn't get that info, and as a result, forZe aren't ready. They're trying to push back into Catwalk, a position they just owned to, you know, hold for the post plant, for the open cat plant, but Spirit are already there and armed to the teeth with SMGs, with pistols, and of course that AWP and Disbalance that is once again saved with another one around it as well. Double AWP for Spirit. forZe do have their own, but Disbalance has been getting the better of Z Power in this game, is safe to say.
Just obviously a good sign, if you think about it. Well, at least if you are a fan of Team Spirit.
Yeah, when we look at like the opening kills, at least Disbalance 2 and 3, so nothing special there. But Z Power is 4 and 1, so he's been finding good opening kills for his side, and not at the cost of himself more often than not. So this AWP is certainly proving its worth, or will it in this round? It's going to be holding B tunnels. The rest of forZe faking the A site. Lots of utility going in, trying to get the grenades out from Spirit. They're actually running the same setup that Young tried to do, which is dropping into the spawn and then going from mid to B, but it works about as well as it did on Spirit's T side. Not at all. Gets picked up. Player in middle gone as well. And forZe, I mean, this is like a round where you could honestly save, because what the hell else are you going to do? Spirit know your exact game plan. They know you're stacked in tunnels, and so that's why forZe are fully wrapping the spawn, coming in for a late long take, but good luck. luck.
Yeah, well, no one's going to catch them thus far on the cross for the side of Spirit. They're not popping or looking towards middle. Really, it's a pretty hands-off approach from the side of Chopper, but here comes the action at long. Magic set up just outside of the blue bin, and he's going to get a shot with ease. Can't seem to land a second shot, and so far the response is good from forZe. They brought this one back to a very containable situation, 2v3. They try to get themselves up long. Chopper with a flash out on top. That's going to slow them down just a little bit, and with 20 seconds left on the clock, they're going to have to speed it up.
Yeah, they have to run boost over. That's the only option they've got, and Chopper, master of the skies, shuts down Flit as he tries to soar his way into the A bomb site. Z Power, all that's left to do is hold on to this AWP. It's a nice try from forZe to get that one back under control, right? They get it down to from a 2v5 to a 2v3. But that is the ending outcome, still going in favor of Team Spirit. Now, I think the only downside for going for this kind of fake is that if you send a man into CT like that, you're very, very reliant on him finding that kill. Because if he doesn't, not only is the CT player still a huge problem, but he can hear that there's no footsteps on short. You know that with a player coming through CT in that fashion, that it's likely going to culminate in that mid to B play. And I think that's why we see the players on the B site primed, ready and waiting to go to shut that one down before it can even come through.
We've seen both sides of the coin with that take, and I think what could make it better is taking middle before you drop CT, right? Getting a CT smoke in from the mid side of things as a terrorist, and then having your teammate drop cat. Obviously, that means it's a little bit more obvious, and Spirit are going to be able to read it and know that you're going for B, but I'm sure they knew anyway, right? That was their own strategy. They ran that in the first half. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a surprise once they saw someone drop spawn. They were instantly ready for the B fight, and forZe are going to fall short.
Yeah, no, an interesting, idea there is, we see teams sometimes use, smokes on timers as, a means to create doorways,
definitely.
right? So if you throw that mid-smoke, a good, 5 seconds, 6 seconds before you're dropping the cat to CT smoke and then going for that play, well, once your player has tried to get control of CT, that smoke will fade first. And so you'll still be covered from the crossroads when you try and go for the mid to B play. That could be an interesting one, Hugo. That's one for us to give a go. But in this round, it's another attempt at the mid to B. An attempt really is the operative word there. They get all shut down on the side of forZe. This AWP of Mir at the B bomb site has looked so damn crisp. And it's left forZe with no choice but to fall back into this catwalk play once again. They get the bomb planted. Flit with the deagle over here on the catwalk does shut down the first man on his way on up. Almeza with a convincing little double. And Flit tries to chain that peak together with him. Not quite able to find iDisbalance, though. And now down to this post plant. iDisbalance has a smoke for the bomb, and he tries to defuse it hidden around the corner. Flit's got to start spamming through. Oh, and it's not meant to be for Flit there. iDisbalance. It's a little bit messy. Flit does just about stay alive, but it's only a Galil save. That is not how forZe wanted that 1v1 to go down.
They make the best of a bad situation, though. That was a huge advantage for Spirit at one point. So Almeza, props to him for making that round look doable, getting kills on Cat after the plant, and putting forZe in, a one-on-one. Not meant to be, but Spirit starting to take a lead, and I think that's a worthy talking point, right? Talking about how this game has been back and forth throughout. Well, Spirit are really rolling over this CT side. 3 in a row to start, 2 for forZe, now back for 3 for Spirit, and this has to be the turnaround for forZe. Otherwise, this game, or at least this map, might slip through their fingers. Spirit buttering them up as we speak. But what have forZe got for us? The AWP back out for Z Power, a full rifle round, of course, with that safe Galil. Someone's got to take it. We haven't really seen many successful B takes in this game, and that has been, at least in the European side of things, even in the North American side of things, where Dust 2 more often than not leads you with quick B plays or mid to B splits. Obviously, they've tried to do that CT drop in both halves, but it's failed. forZe set up towards B this round, but they won't commit off of spawn, looking for a kill elsewhere before they do. Standard default, making sure Spirit aren't aggressing at long, but not trying to take that control. And Spirit have read into this one well. They know that it's been some time, and they've gambled towards B in this round. 3 players there. Mid is open, but that's not really a worry. Mir's checking it on a timing, and forZe have been given catwalk, but anything further than that, and they're walking into the AWP on car. So I like this setup from Spirit. I think we might just see forZe take cat. They might drop B later on in the round, but even if they don't, that would actually be the better call to commit to A with the current setup of Spirit. Would leave them in a retake, though. We know Spirit are very good at that.
Oh, upper tunnels push about to come in, and this could be a man advantage for forZe. It really is, though, just balancing on a knife's edge at this point.
That's huge.
Yeah, the deep molly comes on in, denies the peak, and allows a route for those Team Spirit players to get out of danger. Now, they spotted players in the tunnels, and that might lead them to keep this 3-man stack here at the B side of the map. forZe on the back of seeing those players aggressing, now try and hit this A site. Magics gets bested almost immediately down in the pit, and now iDisbalance to try and hold the line. A lot going to fall onto his shoulders here as they work their way up closer and closer. Dancing around this smoke, the flashes are real good. And iDisbalance, oh, in with another, looking to try and get more done here. Playing around this smoke, and iDisbalance isn't stopping.
Wow.
Finally, bested by Z Power, but another man at the car. And iDisbalance has done it all in that round there. Chopper alongside him, and a 14th round for Team Spirit. What a performance. You see how we've been bigging iDisbalance up. This was stellar.
Yeah, let's just bask in this for just a second. Good stuff from iDisbalance, good awareness. Overall, he does fall at the end of the round, gets shot from behind. But it doesn't matter when you're putting up frags like that. What we're going to do, though, during this tactical timeout is I'm going to give you a brief look in as to what's going on between Team Unique and Gambit Youngsters. And it obviously looks like Gambit Youngsters are about to take dust, too, from Team Unique. And if you look at it a little bit further, this is Unique's map pick. Now, we know, and we actually heard from Jerry, that Unique not necessarily poised to win this whole group. So anything that they can put together, they're going to be considering a little bit of a victory. Either way, this is the first map of that series. They're going to go to Vertigo after that, Mirage if they have to. But so far, looks like the Gambit Youngsters are leading the charge. And that's over there on the C stream. Of course, if you want to check that out, that's twitch.tv/ESL_CSGO. So give it a look if you want to, but if not, we'd love to have you. iDisbalance starting the round out just as he left the former one with an opening pick here onto Almazer, and that's going to take him out of the fight.
Yeah, the top performer for forZe gone immediately. 7 multi-kills, 2-0 in opening duels. Almazer's been great, but he's gone at a crucial point. That grenade, oh dear, hitting FaceCrack as he climbs. It's going to put him down to 68. Mistakes already starting to show. The cracks are here for forZe, and unfortunately it might be the worst point in time because Spirit are just 2 rounds away from securing their map pick. forZe taking the catwalk. Flit watching for that tunnels push. We've seen Spirit take that control before, and that was already a problem for this T side. So maybe playing a little bit more aggressively this time to avoid that junction. They will be going back towards B. Cat drop and the smoke towards mid. There's no one here to stop them. This is a good chance for forZe. They've got a 4-on-2 inside of this B bomb site. FaceCrack going to get flashed out though, and the spray isn't there. Great utility from Chopper or SDY and Mir. Chopper gets the kills, and XT Power is alone in a 1-on-3. He's being flanked from long, and that's not what he's expecting. Magic's cleaning up the round, and another orb that they don't need. Spirit are up to 15 without it.
Yeah, we're going to run this one back in a side-by-side view of himself. You do love that. Double the dose. Not as balanced, but I discern that it's going to be completely okay. Speaking of which, we did just update you on that C stream. And what appears, though, Gambit Youngsters found that last round in that map. Meanwhile, over the B, it's going to be Winstrike and Nemiga tied neck and neck on Vertigo 12-12. Nemiga on the CT side. And it's 24-18 for Hobbit.
He's just been tanking, hasn't he? He was 25-5 yesterday or something ridiculous. But let's stick with the here and the now. It's a cat play. It's a fast one at that. forZe with 4. The first man down and traded by Chopper. iDisbalance on the site has to stop this entourage of T's, and with the cat smokes down, he's not going to be able to do much. Molotov on his position as well, forces him back, but he does get through, escaping safely. Dropping to spawn, not legged. That's only damage from the ground. Z-Power puts iDisbalance in it, and he will be traded. Mir coming up from spawn, 27 kills, but he can't find another one, and the bomb gets planted for the catwalk.
Yeah, it's Flit and Jerry left to try and see this round through. They'll assemble a quick little boost over the top of this smoke, and that gives Flit some vision at long, but now they know that Jerry's here as well. And a fast play up the ramp. It goes unchecked. Young blindsides Jerry, and that is this first map found for Team Spirit. Dust 2, their map pick, goes their way in a dominant old-fashioned 16-10. It's Train on the cards. The second map in this series, the map pick of forZe. Can they pull it back? Or are Team Spirit going to lock this one in 2-0? Join us after a quick break to find out.